What's going on, guys? Yep, I can talk. April 1st, April Fool's Day. I'm gonna end up solving warm-up number three. Some of you guys have been absolutely amazing. Got to give props to third period. They are hands down the best class that asks questions and answers. Zach was asking questions yesterday, Victoria asking questions. Yeah, they have been really, really good with the Q&A. First period, I know you guys were having an issue. I think I got it fixed. I know Julia ended up commenting yesterday, so Julia, thank you. Um, yeah, everybody else, fourth period, you haven't said anything, but all of you guys are getting your work done fourth period. One thing that I want to say, you guys need to actually attempt the test yourself assessments. Telling you right now, if you wait until Sunday at 10 p.m. and you think you're just going to fly through 10 questions and get them all right, you're not. Just letting you know, I would take it a lot of times in practice. Remember, the warm-up questions I'm about to solve are coming directly from those test yourself assessments. Do the best you can on it. I mean, I ran reports yesterday and there was like 5 students who have even attempted it. Guys, don't just do the warm-up and then go and play PlayStation for like an hour. Um, Actually watch the Algebra Nation videos. It's an easy A. Also, attempt the assessment multiple times. Keep trying it. I will take your highest grade. If you wait until Sunday night at 9 p.m., you're going to get a low grade and you're going to be angry and upset come Monday when your grade goes from 100% A down to, I don't know, like a 60D or whatever it's going to end up dropping to. All right? So make sure you do well on it. Take it multiple times. You have as many chances as you want Sunday midnight. All right, let's go ahead and solve this warm up. Sorry for my rant. You guys know I do that. All right. This is warm up number three. Mary's having her living room and bedroom painted. Interior Design USA charges $60 to evaluate the space plus $35 per hour. So I'm gonna write it over here on this side. I'm gonna end up just writing USA. So USA, and it says $60 to evaluate the space plus 35 per hour. So I know it's going to be 60 plus 35H. I don't know how many hours it's going to take. It might take one, it might take 15. I have no idea. Splash of color is going to end up being the next one. They just charge. So over here, I'm just going to write the word splash. Splash of color charges $55 per hour, and that's just going to be 55H. That's all it is to it. It says with no initial fee, so I'm not adding anything. Nothing starts. And it says which of the following is true. You guys can already see what the two answers are, but I'm going to work through the whole thing. Um, if I look at it, it says if it takes 7 hours to paint 2 rooms, interior design will charge the least. Well, if it's going to end up being 7 hours, instead of H, I'm going to replace it with 7. So here I'm going to put 7 hours, and it's 60 plus 35 times 7. I'm going to do 35 times 7 equals 245. I'm going to add 60 to that, and this place is going to charge $305. That's how much it charges for 7 hours. The other place, same situation. So I'm going to write down 7 hours. And instead of H, I'm going to end up plugging in 7. So it's just 55 times 7. And when I do that, 55 times 7 equals 385. And the answer says if it takes 7 hours to paint the rooms, Interior Design USA, so that's this one over here, will charge less. Well, they charge 305. This place charges 385. These are real world situations. These are good problems. Real life things. If you're going to hire somebody to deal with stuff in your house, you need to figure out who's going to rip you off and who's actually going to give you a good deal. Well, it says splash of color will always charge least. Well, that's not true because at 7 hours they charge more. So immediately this one's out. This one does work. I'll put a check over here. Next one, if it takes more than 5 hours to paint the room, splash of color will be more cost effective. So this time, instead of using 7, I'm going to plug in 5. It's going to end up being 5 hours. So it's 60 plus 35 times 5 And let's see what it equals. So 35 times 5, 175, and then I'm going to add 60, and it's 235. So same thing over here for splash of color. I'm going to plug in 5 hours, and it's going to be 55 times 5. All right, and 55 times 5 is going to end up giving me 275. And going back to the answer, it says if it takes more than 5 hours to paint rooms, splash of color will be more cost effective. Well, once again, 275 is a bigger number than 235, so this one does not work. All right. Next thing, if it takes 10 hours to paint the room, splash of color will charge 200 more than interior design. Same thing, instead of 5, I'm going to plug in 10 hours, and it's going to end up being 60 plus 35 times 10 equals what? Well, let's do it. 35 times 10, that's an easy one, 350. Then I'm going to add 60. This is 410. And the other one over here is going to end up being 10 hours, and it's going to be 55 times 10. And that's once again another easy math problem. It's going to end up being 550. It says if it takes 10 hours to paint the rooms, Splash of Color will charge $200 more. Well, 410 to 550 is not $200 more. Not $200 more. So this one doesn't work. And last one, if it takes 3 hours to paint rooms, both companies will charge the same amount. This time, same thing, 3 hours. And over here, because everybody has to message people, 3 hours, it's 55 times 3. And 55 times 3 will end up giving me 165. And this one over here, same thing. It's 60 plus 35 times 3, and it's going to be 165. So it doesn't really matter what company you go with if it's going to end up taking 3 hours. But as you can tell, if it goes up in hours, this one over here costs more. So 3 hours, same amount. If it starts going up to 7, 5, it's going to end up costing more. Man, the amount of things that we get is crazy. All right, guys. Nice chatting with you. It's gorgeous outside, so go outside and do something if your parents are letting you do that, because it is amazing outside. Don't just sit and play PlayStation forever or just concentrate on schoolwork. Yeah, take your time. Once again, the assessments are crazy difficult. Make sure to try them. Don't get frustrated. Go in, fail it a couple times, walk away, go get lunch, eat something, take a break, go back and do it again. Just try to get better. I want you guys to get good scores on Sunday. All right. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Stay amazing.